Hello, how's everybody? Today we're doing, it's been a while, not that long, um, since we've done, I did an animar with the art project. Well, I moved, so things are going to be a little bit different, but pretty much the same concept, which is good because you get to see things a little bit different perspective, so that's good. So what I wanted to tell you first is how I came about. It was supposed to be collage. And usually when I finish one or while I'm working on one, I usually think about the next one. And this one, while I was working on the last one, I'm not going to try and remember what I did. I think it was, what was it? I can see it, but anyway, I would have to go through the thing because I did so many. The last one I worked, oh, it hasn't been that long. Yes. So I remember the last one. Yeah, it was not that, I don't think it was that complicated. But I remember anyway, I'll come up with it before I finish, I'm almost sure. But I was thinking about collage, like a collage, like when you do in school, everybody knows what collage is. And as I was getting ready to finish it, I was at work, I think, because I was always thinking about it. And I think it developed into quilt, okay? I don't know, because I was thinking about collage and how I was doing it, and then all of a sudden it kind of like molded into quilt, which is pretty much the same concept, but it's a different concept. And as far as the music goes, I was thinking more about quilt. It had more of an effect on me because when I do the art projects, I think about the music also. It's like in one package. And at first, I wanted to keep it separate. I said, no, I'm going to do the animar on quilt and still do the collage. But then I thought about it and I figured that the collage was actually the quilt because it was like developing, because I was figuring out how I was going to do the collage. And before I really came up with any big concepts or any, before I was coming up with like, a technique or whatever, it developed into, I was thinking about a quilt. So that's what we're going to do. It's a quilt. It has a real nice feeling to it when you think about quilt. Okay. So my major things I'm going to think about when a quilt you sew. These are just ideas that I came up with. I'm showing you how I do these art projects. And I know that you sew quilts. So what would I use instead of quilts? Because it's art. So I'm going to switch from the needle and thread to, of course, masking tape. Okay. So we have masking tape. I don't like to get off screen. I'll kind of move it for you. So we have the masking tape. Okay. And that's going to be an effect as far as thread is concerned, attaching, one piece to another. Then another thing I had to come up with was space. So I got to make sure that I don't want to put them like together, okay? Like one holding each other. I want, for this one, because it's conceptual, I just wanted to have a certain amount of space. The only problem I was having was some colors, which I'm almost sure, they don't get along well together. So I was saying, should I worry about that or should I just do it? Well, I have to worry about it because it's going to be, it's going to be in the video because I topic it, like in the YouTube. I put it on a short usually, and I usually, not all the time, and I make a video out of it also. So the color, I'm gonna have to worry about the colors getting along together. And what I'm gonna use is just everything I've used during my art, during all the animar art projects. Okay. one concept I wanted to keep was the fact, like, if I use this paper, I want to use the whole one. Okay, so I think it's going to be kind of big, but hopefully I'll stick to that. So I guess I'm going to start it now. I'm just going to give you an idea, you know. And then I have a time thing, I always worry about how much it has to, with my songs, everything has to be in a certain amount of time. So I'm going to put this piece, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. This is just a little idea, it's just a video to show you something about art, or how I come up with the animars, it's the art for the animars. And I think it's very interesting because a lot of people might be interested in doing it. Actually, you could do it in your house and it'd change. Actually, I think it's a good idea because it gives you so much, I don't know, I'll think about it, but it changes your moods a lot. Like if you take a wall in your house or in your apartment or somewhere wherever you live, and you make an art project out, a temporary art project, it's just really wonderful. It's a nice feeling, it's something new. And then you take it down and then you put another one. It's sort of like Christmas, like when you make the decorations and everything, and how nice it makes you feel. So here we go. I'm going to put the first one here. Let me see. I got to make sure, well, this one is really, really, I can see a lot of space, so it doesn't seem like I really have to worry about it. So it's going to be something like that, okay? So that's the first one. And I'm pretty much seeing whatever comes up in this little, I'm pretty much seeing whatever comes up in this case that I have right here. Just the things that I've worked on. So I see this. I was wondering if I could put this kind of paper up too, for a quilt. So it's going to be like a collage quilt. So now I can see how it developed into something else. I don't know why, I just have a feeling about using just this. I saw it, So I don't know how this quilt is going to come out, but I hope it gives the effect that I want. I just have a feeling about this, okay? And I told you I know, okay, see, like if I put it like this, I just want to keep it like that. I don't want to really do too much to it, Maybe one tape for now and see how that goes. So let's do a few more. Now I'm going to get a few pieces. And the pieces that I use, if I use a full sheet, I'm going to try and use it again. So this one came out, and I guess it's different shapes. So I keep the sheet because I want, no matter what, you still have to be like, I can't figure out the word for it raw because I'm just doing this right off the bat. But you still have to be, how can I say this? You still have to be like, and this is a blue, so I know this kind of goes together, but I'm going to put it like over here. Okay, like right there, okay? Oh, look at it, it has the same shape. So you still have to be careful. I have to use these certain words. You still have to be careful with your time. You have to be careful with your materials, because you still have to. It's just one thing about art that people don't realize, and I think a lot of artists don't realize it also. Even when you paint, and I have paintings that I've done. It's very big paintings in New York I did, but I was always cautious about the materials. Like for instance, I usually didn't waste materials, not because of my personality or anything. It's just, I think it's part of the art project. It's like building a building. You don't want to waste materials, everything I do as far as art is concerned, I pretty much think that way. Even if I do a song or if I do music, I don't like it entails everything. And one of the things that it entails to me is being, I don't know the word for it right now because um, just being cautious about everything, about their time, being cautious about your materials that you use, being organized. And like I said, pretty much the reason why I came up with that because, I was living, when I was in New York, I was living with other people, you know what I mean? And and it gave me that kind of sense of, yes, it's my art, but there's still other people involved, and you don't want it to get to a point to where um, it affects other people negatively. So that's why I pretty much came up with that in my music and everything, and it's helped me because it helps me to think, um, think. How can I say? Logically. It's not really the right word, but I had to go along with it because I got so many things that I'm doing and working on that I'm talking about art now. So it has nothing to do with the other things that I am working on. So majorly, what I'm trying to say is that the art to me is like everything else that we do. I mean, like when we clean our house, we have to make sure we have our products. We don't want to waste products. We have to keep other people in mind if you live with other people. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Anything that you do, even with your money, you have to be careful with that. I mean, you can spend, but you can't spend on this, you can't spend on that. You have to be careful, you have to do this. So, what I'm saying is that's the real life effect that I put in my art. I hope now I think I made it pretty clear. So, this blue, it's already blue, so I'm not going to use that again. We already have a sheet for blue. I don't know why, but I'm coming up with another blue. And this one is really big. But I'm going to put it there. It's something that I'm going to use. But I'm going to cut it. I don't like to stay off screen because I don't edit anything. And I don't want to have a black screen for, what do they call it, thumbnails or whatever. So there, I have this. So now we have another one, another blue. And I feel to put it there. Okay. Now, one thing I want to do also is, like I said, I want to have space like around here. Like if it's this, I want to have space. Okay, that's another thing I got from the quote. The needle and thread gives you like the shape, and the needle and thread gives you the shape, and it also hooks things together. But now there's a fine line. I have the tape hooking things together, and I'm going to create space. Okay, so it's like thread, but in a different concept. So now let me go over here, and I see something else that I like. This, I'm not going to use this big piece, but I do like it. It's like an aqua color. I'm not going to tear it. I just want to maybe, I don't know, get a shape out of it. Some kind of shape. So I'm giving you an idea of how this, put that over there. If I use it, I'll put it over in this section of the things I use, because then I want to use, like the pieces again. So this one, I don't know. Maybe I want to fold it or something. I don't know. But it's nice. Maybe like that, okay? So put this up. Let's see how far away. And then the tape. I only want to use one tape. Maybe like that, okay? So where am I going to put it? I guess I can put it like right here. Okay? So what do you think about this idea? So anyway, I'll do one more and then I'm gonna close. So you got the idea of what I want to do. And look what comes up. Well, let me just use this one. This one looks pretty good. It looks pretty different. So I got this from a former art project. So what I want to do is I'm just gonna cut something out of it, maybe like that, okay? But then I'm gonna use it again. Everything I use, I'm gonna use again, okay? I put it in the I'm gonna use again space over there. And then this will finish it out. So now I'm gonna figure out where this one will go. And I'll do it like everybody else. It's funny how I come up with some of the ideas. So look at this. So like right here, I'm gonna put it here. Now I don't know if I can put it, I guess I can put it just anywhere. Right? So now you see the idea of the quilt, okay? And I guess it's gonna be in a square, but I hope you like it. And I'm gonna finish that, but that's gonna be called this is the artwork for the quilt for the artwork for the animar, which is gonna be called quilt. And you know, when I finish the artwork, I usually post that before I do the animar, the music. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm glad I'm getting back into the art of it. And thanks for everybody for the views and everything, and the nice comments. I mean, I get all kinds of comments. I can't look at the comments because there's so many other projects that I have. Plus I'm working like 2 different jobs, and it's just like turning into my 3rd job. And then I have to prepare for the songs, and I have to come up with art projects. So my schedule is pretty much jam-packed. As soon as I get home, I just work on my YouTubes. So, but I want to thank everybody for everything that they contributed to the YouTube. It's a lot. When you watch it, that's contributing, and you enjoy it, that's contributing. So I'm giving you something to enjoy, hopefully. And I hope everybody gets a chance to come back and see the artwork for the animar, and also listen to the animar itself. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.